Hi, and welcome to another episode of Redesigning Your Relationships podcast with your host, Giovanna Burgess White, and my co host.
You've Negro. Hello, everybody.
And thank you for joining us on our weekly live. We're here every single Wednesday at 12 p.m. Central. And today we are going to dive deep into recovery after divorce. What does that look like? What does that mean? As you guys both know, Yvette and I are relationship coaches. We absolutely love coaching women to either redesign the marriage that they deserve and desire, or what does recovery and rediscovery look like after divorce. And hey, we're all about the facts, about stats, and we want a space, a safe space, a platform for women to come and recover. And as you guys know, right now, the divorce rate is at 52%, the highest it's ever been. And we are here to talk about that and what that looks like for you, what that looks like through a divorce, because we've both been there. We've known that. We have clients who've been there. What does it look like through? What does it look like after? And really rediscovering the woman that you're truly supposed to be and recovering, because I think we don't give ourselves the grace to recover, and we put so much on ourselves and the shoulds and the whatever I do, and this is the time and the place for you. So let's dive deep. Let's talk about it.
Boy, this is like talk about a passion project. I think
Yes.
that and I'm not saying this in a boastful way, but I think that people sense the passion that we have about this, but they also definitely see we're living and breathing what we're sharing. And I think that that's really important because we really have been through it,
Yeah.
the ugly, the bad, the whole 9 yards. So we're not here to say, oh, it's just so no, but we've been through the fire and we're both fighters and we both really believe in you can absolutely redesign, recover, and recreate the life that you want pre, during, and after for all the phases of divorce, because our goal is really to build marriages, first and foremost women that are married, and build their relationship with their partner in hopes that they can stay married. That's like the goal. But we all know that there's certain situations, circumstances, which we don't get to decide. Every single person gets to decide for themselves that they feel like it's not the best situation for them. Or maybe two people believe it's not the best situation for them. And they do go through and walk through a divorce. It's not easy. So there is a recovery process, and you can rediscover exactly who you are in this world, and your life is not over at all. We're here to say it just gets better because you take the time to understand yourself, which I do want to say. This is why we believe in marriages the first time around, because you really did marry that person for a reason. You just have to rediscover what that is. But again, if it doesn't work out, but just understand the second marriage, there is what is it? A 67% divorce rate for marriage number two and a 74% divorce rate for marriage number three. So don't think, oh, I'm just going to get divorced. That's not always the solution. So we definitely want to say that we're not pro divorce people at all, because we have the skills, the tools, the platform, the framework to help you in your marriage now. But let's just be real, because with the statistic like 52%, that means the process, the framework isn't happening, something happened, and now you find yourself in a divorce and really not in a good place.
Yeah, and I also think we go back to I want to say the three areas that we coach in. We talk about what society and the expectations are, and I think it's crazy to me that you have so many tools and resources and therapy, and for a couple who really wants to work on their marriage, they have multiple resources and platforms. But the minute the D word comes up, divorce, it's like, oh, it's horrible. I can't believe it. I can't believe this is happening. And it's 2022, and just like everything that we talk about, we're real and raw. The topics, the fundamentals for our clients, which is communication, sex, intimacy, money. Divorce has always been looked at as a bad thing, and we're here to tell you that again, we're not pro divorce, but it's not bad. Like, people in society make it seem bad, and there are certain situations that there is no other outcome other than to have a divorce, and there is not a space, there's not as many tools and resources for men or women to be able to talk about divorce, to be able to understand what the process should look like, and to not feel bad or guilty because it's always been looked upon as bad. And we know, we've seen it personally, we've seen it with our clients, we've seen it with friends, family. There has been divorce that has ended up in a better place because they've done the work and because they understood that they were not the people for each other. But that didn't mean that you got to stay together and live a life that you're not supposed to. And sometimes there's kids involved, sometimes there's not. And there's also your second marriage or your third marriage. It just really want people, and especially women, to understand that this is a safe space for you and that it's okay to have a place and to talk about it and to be able to really just build your new life, because that's really what ends up happening for both parties when you end up having a divorce. It's the rediscovery period and the redesigning the life that you and your soul needed to have, because we only have this one life. So I really wanted to talk about that and have people understand that this is just a platform and a space for women to be able to come and do. But of course, if we do, we want people to survive and thrive in their marriage, but sometimes that's just not an option. So it's, to us, it's not okay to have that space, and it's not okay for women to not be able to talk about it and work through it, because we've seen a lot of women get lost after divorce
Oh God, yeah.
and
And
not come back. Yeah.
yeah. And to say, we understand, like, here's some words, trigger words for people. Someone could be listening to this and they're like, oh, yeah, sure, you guys are on the other side. You don't understand. Yeah, we do. We understand loneliness, isolation, fear of the unknown, wondering about kids, wondering about finances, wondering about personal health, wondering about just the wonder alone. And
Judgment.
judgment. Oh God, yeah, judgment. And then all the negative things that people have to say about people who are going, oh, the gossip, the talking, the non-support from family. I mean, we completely understand. So we're not saying, oh, just buck up and get over it. No, we're just living examples of all those things are either not true in the sense that sometimes we think worse than what it really is, and that we have been there, and that we definitely know how the steps and how to help someone walk through the process. But we're such firm believers, and God, I feel like sometimes we're just on repeat with this. It starts with you, the person, and how you look at the steps that you're wanting to take or having to take, however you want to look at your divorce situation. So there is hope. There's such a hope. So you don't need to be at night. And I know I used to do this. I'd go to sleep with just full of anxiety and just all the what ifs. But I was listening to such negative what ifs instead of meditating and thinking on possibilities
Yep.
and the bright side of things. And but mainly because you don't know. You really don't. What you don't know, you don't know. And so we're here to say that there's help, and that we have the platform, the tools, the resources, and the framework to help you walk through all those things.
Yeah. And I also, this is also for, there's a lot of um, couples in relationships that they don't get married, but they've been together for a long time. And that this also will help you with that, because it,
Yeah.
we, and I hope that this hits hard with some of the people that are listening and watching. We have to take the time to recover. We have to take the time to reflect and then understand what it is that we really want as a person, not what we want in a relationship, but what we want as a person before we move on to the next relationship. Because we've also seen this with friends, family, clients, couples. That loneliness kicks in, and you try to find another person to, what a person would say, to kind of fill that void. And that's where those statistics come in for the second relationship, the third relationship, the second marriage, the third marriage. Instead of recovering, which is why we have a recovery program, and really taking the time to be with you. And people are like, oh, I don't want to be alone. Like, I've been with someone for my whole life. Like, it's almost like that being dependent on someone else. You got to strip that away and really peel back the layers and say, I get a second chance for myself. And then that second chance also for the person that maybe, my partner, that they also, if you have children, that second chance that you get to really teach your children that you come first. And I think that's where we lose it in any relationship. We never put ourselves first. So if you're thinking about getting a divorce, you're in a divorce, you're going through a divorce, you're in a relationship that just ended, have you given yourself that time to reflect and to recover? And it's going to look different for everyone, but there has to be a time period before you can give, you know, a part of your life to someone else. And I think that's where there's that missing piece, there's that missing timeline, and then we don't know what to do in it. Like nobody knows what that is. Like what is recovery? What is reflection? Like how should I be feeling? Should I be feeling? And then those words come back like I don't want to be judged. Like people are talking about me like the shoulds and the woulds. It doesn't matter. It's the time for you to recreate the person that you want to be and really put that on paper and start to live and talk about it, be about it, because not a lot of people have that. They don't get to do that. And I think that's really important as we talk about recovery and rediscovery. That's what that really is. And not putting the pressure on yourself. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just you have to give yourself the time that we don't ever give ourselves. And I think that it feels so unnatural to do that. It's like, but I've never done that before.
Well, anything you've ever done, you've never done. There is an element of, you're going to jump off a cliff. I've never jumped off the cliff. Of course, there's going to be, but everything's going to be okay. So I love statistics. I was looking at stats because they've come out with some 2021 stuff that obviously changes, but I thought this was interesting that women are more likely to file for divorce because, and these are all the reasons. They feel their emotional well-being, they want to be better, they're unhappy, they have a desire to pursue a career, or they have a greater need for satisfaction. All of those are things that come from themselves and feelings, thoughts, and emotions. So you have that before you get divorced. Those are your feelings you have before you go hire a lawyer. Like, okay, these are the reasons, because they ask you in court. They're going to ask you what is the reason, and the number one reason they claim is incompatibility and commitment. You go through the process. Then afterwards, guess what? You still think about your emotional well-being, your unhappiness, your desire to pursue a career, and the greater need for satisfaction. That doesn't go away. It's there in the beginning, it's there in the middle, and it's there in the afterwards. Yep. So then you yourself have to face all of those things and go, how am I going to make this better for myself? How am I going to recover from the way I felt before? And I still have that now.
Yeah. And I think it's the same thing that we coach in redesigning the marriage that you desire and recovering after divorce. It's the same common denominator. You have to do the work, not your partner. So, and again, it goes back to we've never learned or society has never really taught us, and our upbringings and our traditions and where our families came up or were raised never taught us to like be about you. Like you do you, boo. Like that's the thing. Like you got to do that. And it does, again, it's that it doesn't feel right. And I don't know what that means. And that's why it takes the work, and therapists are great. And I believe that there's a place for them. But as coaches, we are talking about the now, the present, and the future. We don't go backwards. There really is no point of doing that. And we really do put together an action plan to guide you for what's going to be the rest of your life. And when you start to have that recovery period, that reflection period, and really start to recreate your life, all of the other relationships, it doesn't matter what the priority is, a partner, your children, your business, it all falls into place because you have the clarity. It's almost like the mission statement and the core value of you. Then you really have something to give and to offer someone else versus going into another relationship, where we see those statistics and it doesn't work. And then guess what happens? What am I doing wrong? Like, it's me. Like, obviously I'm not worthy of a person. And it's all of those thoughts and the things. And then, then you get the pressure of society and here's marriage number 2. Here's, boyfriend, girlfriend number 2, and she can't make that work. And so we really do help create that life and understand what that means for you. And it looks completely different for anyone else. And men don't either. They don't have that. You can go talk to your friends. It's going to be all one-sided. You can talk to your family. It's going to all be one-sided. They're going to give you their opinions and they're going to dump what they think is best for you. But that's not what's best for you. You're the only person that knows that. And we're here to help you with that. Oh, God, I get so passionate about this.
This morning has been so like you know, like, because this is, I mean,
This is what we do.
that's what we do. We really believe it. We really want to help people. And the coolest thing is for anybody who's out there who just feels stuck, alone, isolated, fearful, don't know how, you don't know which way to turn, you don't have to feel like that. And we'll show you how you don't have to feel that, why you don't have to feel that way. But yes, it's, I mean, yeah, I love what we do.
I know. And that we are giving you the blueprint for your life. And we really, again, we teach you, we guide you on how to make the uncomfortable feel comfortable and just make life about you. Because again, this, we go back, I feel like every podcast I say this, the oxygen mask goes on you first before it can go on anyone else. That is the same thing with what we're doing. Again, redesigning your marriage or recovery after divorce. You have to do you first before anything else in your life can work. And the sooner you do that, and we create that action plan, that blueprint for your life, it's just, it really is writing a new book in your life, a new chapter and a new book in your life. We've done it. We've seen our clients do it. We've, had friends and family that we've helped guide to do that. But the most important thing is that there's a place for it. And I think that if you're listening, watching, and anything that we said is like, that's me, just jump on a virtual consultation with us. We have an amazing intake form. We really help you kind of like see the overview of what it is that we do. And then we guide you and we put an action plan into place to really start creating the life that you were meant to live. So I hope.
I just thought of this because,
Yeah.
we're all into live streaming and Netflix and
Oh,
Hulu and all that kind of stuff. Okay. I personally love when I get on my Netflix or Hulu, whatever, and then you're scrolling the top 10, whatever, and you click on it and it gives you the trailer of what it is that they're trying to reel you in to watch, right? Just imagine if we could have a trailer shown to ourselves of our future where we get to be the star, the director, we get to pick the setting, we get to pick what we're wearing,
yeah.
the whole 9 yards. We are completely picking everything, but we get to sit there and watch the reel,
Yeah.
our future reel. Crazy enough, that can happen. We can, that's what we do. We teach and train and take you through the whole steps of the things that you vision, the goals. You get to be the master creator of your own movie trailer.
I love it. Yes. We believe you with that. So if you are watching us for the first time, listening to us for the first time, thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and that you just like and share and comment. And the most important thing is that we are here for you. So if there's any topics about relationships that you want to hear about, let us know. We do have some amazing guests coming up in the next couple of months. We're on live every single Wednesday with a Friday podcast that follows. So however you like to digest us, we have it. And don't forget, we also have a blog. So if you're a reader, go to YG Collaborations. It's a completely free platform for all of our clients or the women looking for something in their life. And we will see you again next week, same time. Bye.